The storylines heading into the 26th NOVAR Verizon Cup Series race is that the regionals have finished off the season. To kick things off, the Lowe's Modified Tour Championship was won by Mike Hamden for his own team. He edged James Harvey by 65 points for the Lowe's Modified Tour Championship. For the Freightliner All-Americans, Earl Graham for Casey Lester Racing wins the Freightliner All-American title by 113, the biggest gap of the regionals, over Jesse Kental, Andrew Clark will probably promote the Brazilian to a Gatorade Series ride for 2012, most likely the car number 9 as the lead driver. And then the Kellogg's Series have both had the two closest finish. When Devin Hamlin won the Kellogg's West Series championship by Futures Cup Series driver Scott Harper in the 6th car. Hamlin won this is the first time that Hamlin has won a championship since Mac Hamlin won a Cup championship in 1996. And finally, the closest of the 4 regionals was in the Kellogg's E Series, where Shell Motorsports developmental driver Lucy Dainson edges Arthur Benjamin by only 3 points to decide the 2011 Kellogg's E-Series Championship, as Dainton and Sean Carter, the two highest drivers, may most likely get James Stop Truck Series, for the 2012 season, most likely 12 and 22 as the numbers. And now let's head to Kendall Johnson for the report. This is the NOVAR Verizon Cup Series, race number 26 of 30. We'll head to the Dentsville Superspeedway in Dentsville, South Carolina for the inaugural Dentsville 250. McDonald's pole, we're going to number 39, Walter Green. Walter Green, the California winner, will lead the field of 42. Down to the green flag with Cody White with special colors this week on his outside. Third was Mark Mungillo. Fourth was Shane Clark. Third and fifth was Alan Kimmel. And sixth was Michael Scott, who was also supporting special colors for this week. As they're going to enter turn 1, they're all going to start spanning to about 4 wide, as you can actually run this track 4 abreast. You can run 4 wide like that, unlike the other tracks where you can only run 4 wide. It's extremely dangerous. Here it is, the completion of lap 1, focusing on the 12th of Michael Scott. He's in the middle of this, as you see that we already have some 4 wide racing, and we are starting to get pretty close to 5 wide racing. As you see, the pack is already there. Brian Kittleson was credited for leading that lap. Here is the helicopter cam from the entire pack. As you see that Michael Scott, he is somewhat in the towards the front part of the pack. As you see, Eddie Johnson, second placeman, is just below your screen, and then just 2 cars ahead of the 12, you see the 98, that yellow car. The third car in the middle line. The one on the outside. The first caution of the race would fly just 5 laps in. Mike Chase Jr., while trying to merge in line, he will hook the back. He will hook the 03 and turn himself, and here we go. We're starting to wreck behind them. Jake Carroll and Walter Green spin as the 39 gets. Cody White gets into the 30, gets the 03. There's Blake Tagliana. Chris Bell got minor damage. You see Billy Garber, MJ Holloway. There's Kano Zaki in the 71, Blake Foster, Mark Mungillo, and Sean McDowell. The 21 of Jesse Donahue would lead on this restart with Gordon Billard in second, Eric Wilbur third, Nick Dunnigan fourth, and Eddie Johnson fifth. As you can see, the 59 has clawed his way up. The 98 was actually involved in that last caution to get the luck in for the 59, but Eddie Johnson, he will make a charge for the race lead as he gets under the 07 of Eric Wilbur, and then they head down the back straightaway tri-oval. As this track is very odd, as we have a quad oval in the front stretch, but we have a tri-oval in the back straightaway. As this makes the track very challenging, as all the drivers that have come here have loved it, especially Cam Forster and John Porter, which both of them they've won. Forster won the GameStop Truck Series race just 2 nights ago, and then last night John Porter won the Gatorade Series event here. As this track, you can go nearly 4 wide and not wreck at all, but if you go 5 wide, well, it could work, but as long as you don't wreck. Here is Shane Harden and Carson Brooks. Shane Harden actually started dead last in the field, and Carson Brooks in the 75 has started to come up there, but as you see, the 42 of Shane Bliss is there. Connor Stanton, the 10 is right there. Looks like Shane Bliss will try to get the lead, but looks like at the line it will be Carson Brooks barely leading that lap. As you see, the 57 is almost trying to rough up the 42. As you see, Brooks is going to be there to the inside, and then, whoa, we got 5 wide racing behind them. Scott Johnson, Brian Dawson, David Payton, Jared Lansell, and Mark Mungill, they all go 5, and Carson Brooks, excuse me, and Jared Lansell, excuse me, they go 5 wide as they enter turn 3. As this, they can go 5 wide here as long as they don't wreck, which they are, and it appears that all of them are giving them room. But this racing will lead to the second caution on lap 18. Jared Lansell will get into the 99. Dennis, come on, he gets into 37 and 59. They all start wrecking behind them. The 13 continues on with slight damage to the 99. Gets piled in. He starts spinning crazy. And then he comes up, gets hit by the 80, hits the 88, and then hits the 90. And then, whoa! You see Chris Bell flying through there. NOVAR officials warned the 38 for aggressive driving. However, they only gave him a warning. IJ's Jr. was the leader on this restart with Shane Howard in second, James Wilson Jr. third, Michael Scott in fourth, and Cameron Brooks, your last week's winner, in fifth. As the top 4 were all off the pace, but the 09 and 03, they actually got a pretty good start there. But as you see, the 33 and 15 are all starting to get up there. As you see Cameron Brooks overtaking the 03, and then Cameron Brooks would take the lead away from Ike Chase Jr. just about half a lap after they took the green flag. Excuse me about that. Shane Harden, Ike Chase Jr. will lose a lot of ground. There's Damon Scott in the 18. He's doing pretty well here. Green flag pit stops happened from lap 55 to 59, and the most controversial was cars running out of gas. This is Damon Scott's car on lap 57. Some others did run out of gas, but we're focusing on Damon Scott's. He ran out of gas coming into turn 1. However, luckily to all the drivers out there, everybody made it back to pit road. When cycles came around, when the cycles end, Nick Dunnigan in the 20 was your race leader. The other cars around him are not on the lead lap. The car that's actually in second is Cameron Brooks, and the third place is Carson Brooks. Those two were actually battling for, I believe, second for a little while until they backed off completely. Dunnigan has had pretty good runs. When he qualifies, Dunnigan has had pretty good runs, but he doesn't qualify that well. The third caution was for debris on lap 74. The ensuing restart, Chandler Blake takes the lead from Nick Dunnigan after pit stops cycling. As you see, Chris Bell's in second, Damon Scott is in third, and then fourth is Nick Dunnigan in the 20. As you see, Blake taps the wall as they enter turn 1, and Chris Bell in the 38 will just zoom right by, passing the number 15, and here comes Damon Scott and Nick Dunnigan. Those two, they will pass the 15 for the second, third, and third spots. However, Dunnigan will get to second before Damon Scott could get around the 15. And the fourth and final caution came out with just 21 laps to go. Scott Johnson hits the wall coming into turn 3. Shane Bliss then touches him, and then here we go. And the 58-37 spin. You see the 37 hit the outside wall hard. Brian Kittleson gets the 42. And then James Wilson Jr. trying to slow down, piles into the wreck along with Blake Foster, Ike Chase Jr. And then you see the 11 making a couple of barrel rolls down there. Most of the cars that were involved were out of the race. Cameron Brooks in the 33 would lead on this restart with him. Cameron Brooks in second. Carson Brooks in second. Damon Scott in third, and then Chris Bell in fourth. As you see, we're going to take a lap around the 2.58 mile super speedway track that will start the 2012 season off. As you see, they're going to head down the back straightaway, heading into the tri-oval. As here is the tri-oval. They're now making that curve around the tri-oval. As the Cameron Brooks is still maintaining the lead, as that's a pretty good job for the 33, trying to go for 2 in a row, which has not been done, not been accomplished at all this year. There you see the Lieutenant Connor Stanton was there. And the action would get very thrilling on the final lap. Here's the white flag. Thomas Lawyers is the race leader. Shane Harden came across the line second, and Chandler Blake at the 15. He's going to go for the lead right here. Inside the 16. Inside the 16. With just about maybe 3/4 of a lap to go. Chandler Blake tries to get that run down the back straightaway. But I didn't know there was fuel pump problems. as the 16 and 57, they're going to get away from everybody. Thomas Lawrence and Shane Harden, they're going to drive away, and they maybe want to. And here comes Harden in the 57. We have seen this before at Daytona, where he pulled the upset on Carson Brooks. Now he's going to probably pull the upset on Lawyers. And coming to our drag race, to the line, it will be the 57 of Shane Harden. Harden will get his third win of the year by 15 one-thousandths of a second. So what an incredible finish for the number 57 of Shane Harden, his third win of the year.